purported to have dark rituals happen.
Okay.
So if that's the warning or part of the energy connected to whatever those rituals were that they were doing. But any ritual, depending on your intent, is going to open a doorway, poke the energy, create something. So
did you find much on rates?
Did you just hear? Okay.
What were you going to say?
Did anybody else hear whistling? Folks that are just listening?
I didn't know. Let's mark it. What time is it? Okay, 8:30. Let's see. I don't know if it'll tell us how far in we are.
No, but I want you to check. Oh, a minute, an hour 15. Did you hear? I heard whistling. I'm not joking. Thank you, Victoria. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beneath the Hollow Moon, where folklore burns slow and the strange never fades. I'm your host, Kerrilynn Shellhorn, and you're listening to us live on the UFO Paranormal Radio Network and the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans. And I'm here with my co-host Lorilei Potvin, and tonight we are following the trail of Banshees and Death Omens. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yes.
You can see the strange.
That's what it says. We promised you guys we were going to, if we could, depending on our theme, Now, we would have started it with the incredible video clip reel that Kerrilynn, she diligently put it together and worked so hard on it, put a clip from our favorite show, one of our favorite shows, Supernatural. And I could post it everywhere except on YouTube. They struck me immediately. So we said, we're not going to take that chance, but it's posted all there on our social medias, right?
Yes. Yes. So we did replay the clip. So Astrolight Paranormal, so Victoria caught it at the same time. So we clipped it so that you guys could hear it. If you want to play it again, there are a few whistling sounds, and that was sort of like the idea, right, that we had. It's well, if we look close, I'm supposed to be like an owl. I don't know. Does it look like an owl?
And it's supposed to be a black cat, but I kind of went with the Catwoman thing. So omens of death. So you guys know reference too, because you mentioned it, and it's amazing that it was caught and clipped. And I think you did that, Kerrilynn, did you not? Or was it Victoria that did it?
That clipped it?
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah, I thought so. So that is from last week's show when we were talking about creatures of, mind creatures. And if you didn't hear it, please go back. There's always a replay of the show. 3 whistles happened during the show. I didn't hear any of them. You were the one that noticed, and you said Victoria noticed it, right?
Yeah, it was super fun. And we've had like orbs and different EVPs happen during the show. So I think that when you just get right into it, like dressing up and having fun, that it helps trigger those kind of responses. So, black cats and owls are death omens for some belief systems. So, should we say hello to a few people?
Sure. Let's say hi to everybody. Let's see. We got Denise Mitz says hello and happy Hollow Moon evening. Thank you. I almost thought you were going to put Halloween. And you know what I was thinking before we continue? I was thinking it's almost like Halloween every week, and we love it.
I know. I'm here for it. We could do Halloween every day. I'm here for it.
I'm so impressed with your makeup because you showed me your trial run this morning. It was so awesome.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure, because I was going to be working almost like rearranging the schedule, but working right up close. I wanted to be able to do it really fast.
You did a great job. Sorry, were you going to say something else?
Nope.
Okay. So we got James Grar. Wiz is here. Mish G'day. Mish is in the future. I always tell her because she's over in Australia and it's Friday already over there. Because she said, "Where is everyone?" There's people here. And she says, "I can see the strange, astral light, paranormal." Did you not just mention Victoria?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kirby's 100. Hello, you two look really pretty today. I think that might have had a hint of sarcasm. But thank you. At least for me, I feel like I'm wearing glasses almost with my mask on with the stitches.
I don't wear eyelashes, but I got them on today.
Can you see them? Because when I first started wearing false eyelashes, it drove me crazy because you can see them. Like they don't seem like not what your normal eyes are, right?
They're fitting pretty. They're fitting well.
Your makeup looks amazing in the hair and so Contessa Martins or Connie says, "Hello, ladies." We've got Michelle Wilfon. Good afternoon, she says. And it's evening for us, so right, it's almost 7:25.
Yeah.
We got Julie Jean Bassett. Hi, Lorilei, Kerrilynn, and everyone. I will quickly give her a huge shout out if you're looking for help with an animal, the earth side, or across the Rainbow Bridge. Julie is your person. She has helped so many people, including myself, with our problem children, pet children. And even if they need healing, certainly can help that way. I actually asked her to help with somebody we both are aware of, and their dog was very ill. And Julie sent me a before and an after. And this poor little one was just laying on the cushion. And after was up on the couch, head up, looked like the tail was wagging. Now, I'm not claiming that Julie cures anyone, but she's very, very knowledgeable, can really help your animals. Definitely.
Yes. And I've taken it, and I booked an appointment for my dog Nora as well too, which was extremely helpful. So I agree.
And she's also, sorry, go ahead, Kerrilynn.
Very talented, and word on the street is that her course is going to be open soon. Yeah.
Yes, I think she said June. June. And she's also an incredible shamanic practitioner, can help humans earthside as well as we'll say back home, as I call it. So Julie, please one of these days I got to write down your new website, but you can reach out to her, I know, on Facebook on Julie Jean Bassett. Julie Dow says, "Hi, everyone." And then Mish says, "Don't encourage them, Kirby," meaning us.
It's okay. You don't even need to give us any encouragement. I am enough for both of us and 100 other
people. We both are. That's right.
Yeah, we do fine on our own.
Yeah, we do very well. And as Jody said, she thought she tuned into a Kiss show and says, "Great masks, ladies." They're not, they're makeup. I actually dressed up, I'll say this quickly, for Kiss one year. And I had a brother 15 months younger and a cousin 16 months younger that lived 2 doors down. I have to tell you, those are the best Halloween costumes we ever made ourselves. There's some picture I think one of our parents has. We actually look like members of the band. Like the makeup turned the whole outfits. Yeah.
That's fun. We need to have fun. We need more fun every day.
Yes. Yes. And no, Mish is saying maybe a raccoon we might look like. And Victoria said the whistles were so clear in the EVPs, and so did Connie hear them. Oh, so Mish is giving you a compliment. She says, "Wow, that gold under your eyes looks awesome, Kerrilynn." I said the same thing to you. So what is that? Because you showed me it quickly. It's amazing.
I don't remember the brand, but it's powdered body paint that's pressed powdered, and then you use your water, like you use your brushes and add water to it.
It looks amazing. We got Kathy says, "Hello, everyone."
Yes, it is a Leo thing, Mish.
Yeah. And Mort Ali says, "Hello." Hang on, we're getting to the bottom, guys. Sorry, I'm a little slow. Jody McGrath just said, "Even better. Love the makeup."
Thank you.
So you know what? I was glad when you brought this subject up, and I started doing some research, and I knew of a few things. I did not know that owls could be an omen of death, but then
that was one I knew.
I know. Do you want to start off with that movie do you want to start off with that?
Well, I have something that I want to start with first, if that's okay, and then we can, So I want to talk about the why we would believe in them first, and then move into them, if that's okay. Perfect. And I find it interesting too, like, that I think it's what we want to believe in as well too, or like if you focus on punch buggies. So when you're out driving and you focus on the punch buggies, and all of a sudden you're seeing punch buggies or a certain color, then all of a sudden you see them. So I think the signs can be like that too, right? Like, that you believe the 2 times that you see like that, or you hear the owl hooting. So you believe the 2 times that it actually happened, where you hear the hoot of an owl, and then in a short period of time, somebody dies, and you ignore the 20 other times that you hear the owl hooting, because it doesn't fit your preconceived idea or your belief system, right? So you ignore it if it doesn't believe. So I think there's some of that. Our cultural backgrounds as well too, right? What our cultural heritage. So we'll talk about that more tonight as well too, especially with the Banshees and the Irish folklore.
So Miss, you're very right about this, because this is what I knew about owls. Yes. She says owls are connected to aliens.
Yes, they are.
And it's Mike Cleland who's really done a lot of work on that theory.
His book is called The Messengers. Or Messengers.
You're so smart. I don't know where you find time to read, because I have to have an audiobook plugged in and multitasking while I'm doing something else.
I love reading. I'm a ferocious reader.
I love reading. I just don't have the time, because what happens with me, if I get a good book, I will not put it down. Like, I won't even stop to sleep. Like, I remember when one of the last Harry Potter books came out, we took the kids to, in Canada here, we have Chapters Indigo, and so like Barnes and Noble or the other big chain bookstores around the world. And the kids had a ball. We went to, it was a big party for the launch of the book. And I was married to my first husband at the time, so he let me read it. I think I read for 3 days straight, like barely came out of the bedroom except to go to the bathroom, grab something to drink.
I would be the same. I've been this way since I was a kid too. The kid underneath a blanket with a flashlight reading way past when you're supposed to.
Yes.
Yeah. Books they're an out for me. Just I'm not having to think about what's going on around me.
I just learned some little tricks, and like, for example, with videos, and it was from one of the true crime channels I follow, Grizzly True Crime, because we often said exactly what you just said, Mish. Oh my gosh, both of you, where do you find the time to do all that you both do? Thank you for that. But you take little tips and hints. So she had mentioned that she does all her research at usually 2 times the speed, or 1.75. So now I always do that.
Yeah.
And multitask, right? I'm doing something, got something in my ear, but I agree. Sometimes you just need to just escape, and if there's nothing better than a book.
Yeah, agreed. So more of, thank you.
Thank you.
We are grateful for your support, and for everyone. It's you really do make these emotional connections with people online, and they do become this extended part of your community. And we're very grateful for you guys.
Yes.
Death omens, back to death omens. So fear of the unknown. Everyone has, if there's fear about what the other side, so we look for those signs and symbols. I wrote down emotion. The emotional impact of grief. So we see that. You would see that as well too, that people look for signs they may have missed, or for signs after somebody has passed, looking for, trying to help process the grief or explain why that happened, right? Looking for those signs. So that's another reason why people would, and honestly, it just makes for good storytelling. TVs, movies, books, all of that, and we're going to talk about that tonight too, in the different ways that those death omens show up in folklore storytelling, movies, books, all of that stuff.
Where do you want to throw your would you rather? Do you want to say that?
Well, we can start whenever you want.
Do you want to share that with them? Because Heidi Gall, we both waved to her, and she said, "You both frighten me, but you look." So I thought it was a cool one, so I'm going to share with you guys if you can. I know a lot of you followed in when you see that we're live. Kerrilynn makes the bestest reels. She's the one that came up with our background with the two of us. She's really good at that. And I'm repeating myself for those that were here early, but it's an incredible reel. We've shared it all over, and it has to do with the omens tonight. Oh, thank you. And what happened was there was a supernatural clip, and we hemmed and hawed over it, and I got dinged on YouTube I didn't get punished for it. They just wouldn't publish it. It was as a reel. So check it out, you guys, because it's really excellent what you did. Another one you hit out of the park this week, and I appreciate that, because you were worried about the poll. So just so you know, there's a poll on there, and we were going to do the poll, but you had a better idea.
Yeah, so you guys can think about it. We'll bring it up again halfway through. You guys can think about it, and we can talk about it again. But would you guys rather see a death omen and be able to prepare, or never know it's coming and live worry free?
I love it.
Did you vote? Oh, that's awesome.
I'm glad you did. Sure. And Wiz says, was told that if you see an owl during the day, something bad is going to happen.
Interesting.
Hi, Karen. Welcome.
Hi, Karen.
So I thought we'd start, because when we came up with the idea, it was Banshees. And so do you want me to share a little bit of the information I have? And then
let's start with Banshees. That's great.
Okay, so Banshees connections to specific families and modern sightings. So this originated in Celtic folklore, and what they're talking about, the research I was doing, and feel free to chime in, Kerrilynn, it related to higher nobility families that the Banshee would appear, and it could appear as a beautiful. Oh, thanks, Mish. Have a good day at work.
Have a good day.
And it could appear as a very beautiful woman, lots of times like an old hag, always covered sort of with lace and blood, but it seemed to affect certain families. So what I'm going to read here is fact in Irish folklore: the Banshee doesn't wail for everyone, or keen. That was the other word for it. She's often, so I got to make this bigger, often tied to specific families with ancient Gaelic lineage, particularly those with O or Mac surnames like O'Connor or McCarthy. Her wail is said to be a private lament for the family's bloodline, not a public omen.
So I'm in trouble then. Our family would be in trouble. That includes my Scottish grandma's last name.
I'm Scottish too. I'm French, English, and Scottish. Well, my dad's mom was from Belgium, so Flemish. I always hate saying that because there's always jokes about Flem when I say it. And we thought we've got some did you know facts, but there's so many. So there's one right below here I thought I'd share, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course, please.
Okay, as recently as May 2020, posts on X, what used to be Twitter, reported eerie wailing sounds in rural Ireland attributed by locals to banshees during the quiet of the pandemic lockdowns. While likely explained as fox cries or the wind, these modern claims show the banshee legend persists, especially in times of crises. Speaking of foxes, do you want me to show that video?
So while you load up that video, right? Okay. I'll read the did you know about banshees in pop culture? So we've been talking about supernatural, which is know, for us, right?
Yeah, I got some banshee videos too, but hang on, I gotta find.
Yes, Jody, you two need to watch out.
Okay,
next time we're doing our Pioneer Cemetery crawls, if there's an owl that hoots, we're both in trouble. So did you know on May 20th, 2015, an episode of Supernatural, so season 10, episode 22, featured a banshee-like entity, and it sparked a whole bunch of online discussions of whether not banshees were real and if they could be psychic omens rather than just death predictors.
Go ahead and read a few more because it did not upload for me like it was supposed to. Everything else did. I checked it, but that one didn't. So give me 1 sec, guys. It won't. Here it is right here. It'll take me 2 seconds to have it up. So do you have another fact there, Kerrilynn?
Oh, yep. So, but I'd be interested to know if anybody in the chat has thought about that as well too. If it's a psychic predictor of death rather than just a wailing spirit. What are your thoughts? Have anybody have their own stories too of hearing a wailing or the keening women?
That would be interesting. But you know what I found that was interesting, and I couldn't understand kind of why people were so frightened at first. I knew it always was an omen of death, but I had sort of thought that there was more to it, but there wasn't. It was the fear of the impending death. Like I didn't know if they harmed anyone, and they've never been recorded to harm anyone. They're just an omen, right?
And I don't think they've had like, we're not finding videos. People aren't seeing, there's no like accidental clips of them. I've read gray cloaks, white cloaks, or potential red hair or gray hair, sometimes red eyes as well too. So I'm not sure if that's culture or if it means something different for each one as well too.
Well, I have a video too, because we have quite a few different videos as well, but there's one from the Philippines, and they called it a banshee. It's a woman, it looks very ghostly, but it looks like a woman in white, and she actually levitates up to the trees. And then they still called the other one, they saw another woman spirit in red with red glowing eyes, and both of them they called banshees, but I don't recall hearing them like cry out at all. So do you want me to show this, speaking of foxes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's small. I'll try and make it bigger, guys, for you. But
the debunking video?
Well, kind of. You'll see. Hang on. I want to make sure the volume's on. Okay, volume's on. Good. Okay, we might have to read what it says on the screen.
You want to hear a real banshee wail? You want to know where banshees came from? I mean, aside from Ireland? You can't tell me that this is not the origin of the fucking banshee scream. Right here in my goddamn backyard in Missouri. Every fucking spring.
Sorry about the language, guys. Foxes, as it says on screen. It's horny foxes. Every year they get one good jump scare out of me. She put on the screen. My dog's over here now too. I thought it
does sound like a woman screaming.
It did. It sounded.
Thank you, Gail.
It did. Okay, no, it's nothing to be concerned about. My dog's over here.
Thank you, Gail.
Oh, hi, Gail. Do you want to give them a shout out for the lucky?
Yeah, thank you. So Gail and Mel Willis are Lucky Paranormal. They are the head of Lake Superior Paranormal Convention, which is happening October 16th through the 18th. They have an amazing lineup. I'll be there. And the tickets are on sale now. I think some of the add-ons, Gail, you can, if you want to put a link in the chat, please feel free to do so. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Gail, but I think that Jason Kenzie is his add-on event sold out now. He was doing a Sasquatch hunt. He's taking people out looking for Sasquatch. So that would be super fun.
Mm-hmm. So we got some comments here too about that. So let's see. Heidi Gall says the Ozarks are pretty mystical. CP Struts Shear says yes, foxes. And the Wiz says a vixen.
Thanks for being here, Wiz.
Kathy says foxes can make the scariest noises. Last one I heard sounded like a child screeching. And then CP Strut, thank you for clicking on those. CP Struts share says we used to hear them at the cottage. And then Gail says, yes, the one-time slot is sold out. Check out the website here at www.lakesuperiorparacon.com for people listening.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Coyotes too. I love the sound of coyotes though, but they are pretty eerie.
I don't like them because there's a band of them around my house. They've come out of nowhere. One lone coyote. I think I might have mentioned it on here. I was talking to my neighbors and somebody said, oh, somebody's dog got out. I looked at what, that's no dog. But there's a school behind my house. And if it's nighttime and I go outside at night and I bring my dog with me, there's a band of them and they must go to the schoolyard because it's right by the forest back there. It's scary. Oh, fighting cats. Yeah, that's
fighting cats are quite a sound as well, too.
Mm-hmm. So, do you want me to mention a few others? Or we've got other videos. We've got so much. I said to Kerrilynn.
You want to do the Banshee video?
Okay, sure. What one do you want me to show? Let's see. I have, there's a Banshee caught. Oh, wait, I did get it. Okay, Grim Reaper. Oh, that's a Grim Reaper. Never mind. That was the one. Because I got I think is this the one? Banshee caught on camera? No, that's the fox. Hang on, guys.
Hi, Fiona. Thank you.
Give me a minute.
Fiona is just saying I absolutely love this.
Oh, they love this?
Mm-hmm.
We love it too. Give me a sec here because I can see what these are better. Okay, 224. Why did some of my videos did not send through, you guys? I apologize. So give me a sec. It should be there. I can see it. But I will send it again just so it'll be there. This one is actually the Banshee. It talks about them. Yeah, why it's not showing
up? And so Irish culture, Celtic background has banshees. So does that, when people immigrate to other countries, they bring their cultural belief systems with them as well too? Does Canada have its own version, like separate from settler?
I've never heard anything. Have you?
Mm-mm.
If anybody has in the chat or in North America here, that's not a banshee, but would be considered, I think First Nations people in my research, I did come across a few things that were referenced. Sorry, I'll take that down for a second.
Like a banshee? I know owls as a death omen.
We're getting to it. We got lots. And then even my name, you guys, we had a conversation about because it's quite morbid and we're going to bring it up in another thing. But the Lorelei's are from German mythology. I'm not German. My name does come from the German mythology, though you say Lorilei. And they were sirens singing their songs, luring sailors to their death. So not really a death omen, but still a little bit connected to the story. So here's the ones I got. It's a little bit longer video, not that long. It's about 2 minutes, I think. So this talks about banshees. So give me a sec here. And this is the one towards halfway through. It'll show you the Filipinos.
A banshee is a female spirit in Irish folklore.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to make that bigger for you guys. Come on. You don't want to click for me, you silly thing. Here we go.
It heralds the death of a family member, usually by screaming, wailing, and shrieking. The following videos claim to have captured her on film. Recorded in 1966 in Balmore, Ireland. A possible banshee captured on film running behind the gentleman during the commemoration of the 1916 Easter Rising.
It's hard to see. They slow it down a bit.
That's slightly creepy.
I thought
Sent
so.
to
And
me
from the
by
60s.
Joffrey Dabi in his town of Brunei in Malaysia.
Sorry,
Find
Malaysia.
a terrifying banshee up
Might
in
have
the
been
jungle
close.
trees where she had been
Okay.
screaming. In the second part of the video, she has no legs or feet and levitates up into the trees.
It's hard to
Di
see.
pohon
You guys,
kelapa,
but
Ki.
they're gonna get
Kinal.
closer.
Lihat teman-teman. Ki, itu bahaya nggak, Ki?
I wonder if I can pause and do this. I think there's
Oh,
touch.
yang penting jangan mengganggu gitu.
Sorry, they had captions. I don't see them, but there was
Aduh, Ki,
captions
kok
on this.
di atas pohon kelapa, Ki.
They're talking about the banshee up in the tree, but you'll get to
Iya,
see
teman-teman.
what it does when it goes up.
Di atas pohon kelapa.
I don't hear
Ki,
her
saya
scream.
gemeteran, Ki.
That's
Ini
what they
gimana,
call
Ki?
it, a banshee.
Ki, jelas banget, Ki. Ya ampun, Ki.
You can see her as they
Ki,
close
di
it.
atas, Ki.
In the second video, you can see the banshee has no legs and then levitates up into the trees.
But you don't hear a scream.
In another video, they catch a red banshee with glowing eyes.
See,
Do you want me to stop it, Kerrilynn? Did you want to say something?
just that's what they talk about, right? Like red
Yeah.
cloak, gray cloak, white cloak.
This one
crazy
you
long
can
hair.
see. This one's got glowing eyes. Look at the eyes.
Thank you for watching Texas Ghost Hunters.
Okay, there we go. So it didn't scream. Oh, sorry, I gotta close it. Sorry, guys. My computer's not cooperating today. So it didn't scream, and it was interesting. Sorry, I completely screwed that up. It's not the Philippines, but it's from Malaysia. And they were calling it a banshee.
Interesting.
That's what I thought. I thought it was really odd that they were calling it that. So,
Sherry Madigan, thank you for being here. She's sharing. They say there's a banshee type lady on Bell Island, Newfoundland.
Oh,
so that comes back to that question or comment that I had said earlier, like settler culture, because would that be settler culture? Was it something that was already in Newfoundland or on Bell Island before people came over, right?
And then, like when we were talking about this and the amount of stuff that we found, I said we could call this episode 1, because I bet we won't even get to most of the things we've listed. Do you want me to list them and then we can go through them so people can get an idea?
Lots of Irish here. Yes. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll list them and we'll see how far we get down the list, because we've got a lot to talk about. And if not, I think there will be probably another episode at some time about this again. Connie did say, aren't banshees witches? That's what I was told growing up.
So I didn't think that they were witches either. So I wasn't sure if they had been human before and then had tragedy and became the wailing woman or the keening woman, or if they were dimensional.
The thing I will add with the research that I did, it seems that the banshee idea did indeed originate in Ireland and Celtic folklore. But as you just saw from our video, Malaysia has what they call a banshee. We didn't hear the scream. So I think it may depend on where you are culturally or geographically in the world, because even when you take, say, angels and demons, every different culture, every different religion may call it something different or have a different concept, but still the main idea still is exactly what you may believe an angel or demon.
Right. And then, so yeah, that was what Contessa was sharing, aren't banshees witches, and Heidi is sharing, I thought that too. And so then is one story becomes like the telephone game, right? So if it gets shared and passed down and embellished or dropped in different bits. So again, whatever you're told in your belief system and geographically, is the story different geographically? Again, if there's influences with religion as well too, I would think that would play a factor in it.
We've got Tao Wander over on Instagram. So hello and welcome. Okay, so I'll list them and we'll see how far we get down, because you guys, I was amazed. And some of them I started thinking of on my own as I started thinking of this. We had quite a bit of discussion about this. And then, like I say, the owl, we've got the owl. And I think it's important to talk about it too, because there is quite a bit of information about it. So some of the other omens of death we have found. A black cat crossing your path from European folklore. The Grim Reaper, and we do indeed have a few video clips of supposedly something that represents the Grim Reaper. Death Watch Beetle, which came from English folklore. Phantom funeral processions, Celtic and British folklore. And I don't know if you remember at the funeral of the Queen, speaking of the Grim Reaper, but there was a viral clip. They were filming the funeral and somebody went by looking identical to the Grim Reaper. They seemed to claim that it was somebody from the church, but I don't know why one of the clergy from the church would be wearing a hooded black robe over his head, walking with it wasn't a scythe, it was sort of a tall, kind of hooked,
weird
walking stick. I didn't even think of that till now. I could have found that video clip.
I didn't hear or see anything about that.
Oh yeah, it went viral. The doppelganger, German folklore, and in my previous haunted home, there was a doppelganger of myself twice. I have two things, and also female. I think it was the same spirit, female shapeshifter. Crows or ravens, depending on the culture or folklore.
Heidi is just sharing. I was thinking like how skinwalkers are native medicine men that went to the dark. Banshees are witches, similar to that.
It could be with what you've heard about them, but that's why it was surprising to me, because maybe I had heard over the years that banshees were supposed to be witches, because the research we were doing, it seems that they never harmed anyone. And we got into where it supposedly originated with these noble families. It actually gets into a story of a particular warrior, and it goes on and on. It's quite long.
Contessa's sharing the death beetle was on Practical Magic. Okay, I have a confession, folks.
Yes.
I have never seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
And apparently there's a number 2 happening, so I'm going to have to watch it soon.
It was good. I knew I'd heard of the death beetle, so thank you for that, Connie, because I was thinking, where have I heard of the death beetle? It's a cute movie, and it involves actual magic, and I don't know, I really, really oh, Connie says you have to read it first. I've never read it. Sherry said
I'm up for that. I'll read it first, and then I will let you know when I'm done reading it, and then I'll watch it, and then we can come back and have a discussion. We'll have a Practical Magic evening.
Oh, that'd be cool. Well, we were kind of talking about that for the future anyway, so there you go.
Yes, we were.
So then we get to, after the crows or ravens, the white owl from various cultures. But my research also didn't just show white owls. There were barn owls. There were other owls. So, but mainly it started with the white owl.
Yeah.
Then Harry Potter fans, the black dog. Remember, it was called Then we have corpse candles in Welsh folklore. I'm going to define this because I had no idea what it meant. Mysterious lights or flames seen floating near a home or graveyard, believed to predict a death. In some tales, the candle's path traces the route a funeral will take. Then there's certain types of moths or butterflies from various cultures. I've also seen the butterfly as a sign from the afterlife too, that somebody's present.
Oh yeah, that's
usually how I seen it. But black moths, especially in Mexico and stuff like that, there's a lot of legend and lore about it being a death omen. A clock stopping. It says European folklore. Quick fact: a clock stopping Suddenly stopping or striking on an unusual number of times, for example, 13, was thought to signal a death in the household. This was especially noted in Victorian England. This one I'd never heard of, the Anku from Breton folklore. So I think it kind of goes hand in hand with the banshee when I explain it. It's a skeletal figure or shadow driving a cart, collecting souls of the dead. Seeing the Anku or hearing its cart creaking is a sign that death is imminent for you or someone nearby. I wish I would have thought to look up that movie. There's a movie from the 50s put out by Disney, and it's got a leprechaun in there, and it talks about the banshee. And I could never, I'm going to screw this up, but the cart, the death cart, I think that accompanies the banshee after someone has passed. It's called the Claddagh, I think it's called, or something to that effect.
No idea, but I'm supporting you. Yes, it is.
What?
Sounds great.
Well, thank you. Heidi says she's never seen all the Harry Potter movies either. The books were better. Yeah. Way.
Books made me cry, actually. I cried at the last book.
Yeah, I did too. I did.
Can I read Melody's? Melody, thank you for being here.
Hi, Melody.
Melody is sharing, my grandma in Ireland, when she was little, heard a banshee of death come for her father. It followed the waterway to her house. That was her story.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for sharing that, Melody.
Thank you. Wow.
Folks, if Mindful Jewelry and Crystals in Sarnia, you can follow her on Instagram. She has a brilliant...
Oh, is that Melody?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Awesome. So then we have 3.
The Coachman of Death. Is that maybe what she was just sharing?
Yes. But they called it the Anku. So it would be the skeletal figure or shadow driving a cart. No, it didn't say that in my research, but that's what it made me think of. Right? Exactly what the Wiz just said. Heidi, call attention of a toddler most of the time. Yeah, I'll join you with that one. I'm the what squirrel, and you coined the phrase squirrel brain.
Squirrel and Red Bull.
Squirrel brain. Okay, then now this was interesting because I had heard of a different meaning for this. 3 knocks, depending on your culture.
Yeah. So did you find anything as to where that started? Like,
No, it just said various cultures, and it says hearing 3 distinct knocks with no apparent source is a widespread death omen, especially in Western traditions. It's often said to signal that someone in the household will die soon, and I'd never heard that.
No.
I had always heard, we've heard what 3 knocks mean, right? If you're in the paranormal.
Right, Heidi, that's what we were saying to you, like mocking the Trinity. But Contessa is sharing that she's heard of the knocks as well too. My German grandma used to say, like, if you put your shoes on top of the table, I don't know why people would put shoes on top of the table, but if you put your shoes on top of the table, that it meant somebody was going to die.
And I'd never heard that one either. So, Victoria's saying from Astrolight Paranormal. Hi, Del. We see Del in the chat. She's heard that too. Was that about the shoes or the knocks, Victoria? I'm guessing probably the knocks, right? 3 knocks. So I had never heard that before. So hang on, I'm just checking Instagram.
Hi, Del.
Okay, so then we have. Oh, I'm going to screw this up, guys. I think it's the Keowin. It's C as in cat, Aoin as in Nancy. Comes from Scottish Gaelic folklore. It is similar to the banshee. The Keowin is a keening or wailing sound heard before a death, often attributed to a spectral figure mourning in advance. Have you heard of that one? I've never had either.
No.
Oh, so Sherry says shoes on the table were bad luck, she had heard.
Contessa Strangler knocks on your front door.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shoes were always said to be bad luck on the table. You are going to know all of the wives' tales and stuff like that coming from the East Coast.
Definitely. Okay, then there's a couple there's a lot we have on owls, then crows too. Then I got into Middle Eastern and Asian culture. So white and black colors as mourning symbols. That's where the crows came in as I'm going through here. Hang on. So Chinese culture, it says just an omen. As I was looking at this, it says, oh, it's about crows again. So hang on, I want to go a little deeper because there are some things in here. I think I went too far down. That's what's going on here. I'm in my Did You Know facts. So give me a sec, guys. But there was a certain type of flower in Japan. I think it's Japanese. Here we are. It keeps giving me crows. I don't want my crows.
The red spider lily?
Yes, thank you. That was the sign. We had talked about this too. And I thought of this on my own as I was doing some research. And the Mothman, could that be an omen of death? Because when it shone up. Right?
Yes. Anybody else think the Mothman? That's what I think. The Mothman was there. And I mean, the Mothman showed up in so many different places.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Apparently giving a clock is like giving a death gift in China.
So I think that's kind of funny, though. I know that's be very inappropriate. Mm-hmm. that I find that funny. But if in China, it's the taboo. It's like giving a death. So giving a clock, bidding farewell to someone on their deathbed, right? Mm-hmm. Receiving a clock is seen as an omen of recipient's impending death. And isn't there like lots of people that end up getting clocks or watches as a retirement gift? Here you go.
Or graduation. Like I got, when I graduated from university as a nurse, one of the gifts I absolutely loved as a nurse, you have an upside down clock that you pin so you can look down and see. What time it is instead of having to wear a watch.
Right. So then all of you nurses were the harbingers of death. Here we go.
I actually called myself that before. No, I was wondering, okay, so what would happen? I worked a lot in death and dying as an adult. And before I knew that I know being a psychic medium now, I can remember there would be patients that would have been on my caseload. And all of a sudden, they just pop into my head. And we used to get the paper when I was married to my first husband. And of course, you look in the obituaries and literally, if I thought of them, they would be in the paper that day or the next day. So I remember early on when I was taking courses, asking one of my mentors, like, I used to say, oh my God, I feel like the harbinger of death. Like I didn't want to think of anybody because they'd end up in the...
Okay, so... Could their spirit not have been, because a lot of times I can tap into somebody's spirit before they've actually died.
Yeah.
Could their spirit have already been reaching out to you so you were receiving from them?
Yeah. I know now what it was, but then like you guys got to realize, like looking back, like I never my paranormal experiences made me kind of, with all the research and the learning and digging deeper and deeper and deeper and putting all these things together in my life, that I realized, holy crap, I've been doing this my whole life. But back then I didn't know that. So right. I literally was saying, I was horrified and I kept thinking, oh my God, am I like the harbinger of death? Now I know what it was, but I didn't back then.
But what a nickname, harbinger of death. I think maybe we need to make hoodies and t-shirts.
Oh, I like it. Our friend Varla Ventura in her store online, I think she still has it. She's got onesies for babies that says changeling on it. I always thought that was so cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm just going to catch up some of these comments. So Heidi's sharing, crows and ravens are fairly known as bad in most cultures, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not, as death omens maybe, but I've never seen them as bad. I love crows, Sherry Madigan, Mothman, absolutely. So lots of people. Contessa Martin saying same thing. Mothman for sure. Clops stopping. Contessa received, clock.
A watch, a clock, yeah.
A watch, yeah.
So,
love crows and ravens. Okay, Erin, this is pretty interesting. Okay. So Erin is sharing, I had a wicked dream the night before my grandma unexpectedly died. My tongue split in two. I've never had this dream before or ever again. It was wild. I wonder if it was an omen. I would say yes.
I would too. And you know what? I've over the years with the Angel Rock, I've had this lady that her whole world is doing dreams over in the UK. She's quite well known. I always forget her name because she has such an unusual name. But I loved what she had to say. Like she said, dreams were a normal thing in their home, talking about dreams every day at the dinner breakfast table, lucid dreaming and what have you. But I loved her advice that she gave people. And I say the same thing, that the only person that will know what something means in your dreams is you, by keeping a record of it. Because I always say, even if you look at a dream interpretation journal, none of them are the same. Either someone's channeled it or gone through and picked out bits and pieces of research, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your subconscious having the experience. So,
yeah. Contessa, I know the story you're talking about. Contessa's sharing there's a story of a cat that lived in a senior's home, and the cat would visit the room of the elder that was going to pass.
Wow.
I know that story that you're talking about. Yes, with Dr. Sleep as well too. It's so good. Stephen King.
I hate horror movies.
Of the Cat to Dr. Sleep Part 2 of the Shining. It's so well done, though. It's such a great movie. Del, I've heard this before as well too. Thank you for sharing. In Italian culture, and I think there's more than just Italian cultures. Yeah, so many cultures. You would cover all the mirrors because the wake would be in your home, and there was a belief that a spirit, good or bad, might come through.
Well, sometimes that can still happen, whether you're having a funeral or not, with a mirror, but that's a different show.
My scrying mirror did something weird this week.
Oh, do share if you're comfortable.
I did share. I told you, right? So you know.
I think you did. If you refresh me,
so because it's so heavy, I had 4 hooks, sort of like in a triangle.
Oh, the one on the wall?
Yeah.
I think it was your scrying mirror. Holy cow!
Yeah, that's my scrying mirror. It unhooked and came off on one side. While I was
you showed me exactly.
Yeah, because it sits over off the shoulder on that wall where my thumb is pointing, and it unhooked off of one of the hooks.
Yeah,
like, and the hook didn't, like, from the weight of it, didn't bend.
You can see
it had to come
because the hook's still there. Like, I think, was I talking to you or was talking?
Yeah, because I pulled it off the wall to show you what it looked like, and then I peeled paint off the wall. Damn it.
I hate when that happens.
Right. I just stuck it back so it's like a puzzle piece, and I put it right back on, so you can't even see that I did that.
Know.
I'll deal with it another day.
That's how I handle things too.
I'll deal with it when my coffee's had coffee and I feel like I've got the energy and bandwidth for it.
Exactly. So Connie says Jewish people too. Yes, you're right. Before we get started I finally found the spot where I had everything, the Japanese and the China omens and stuff. Do you think maybe we'd want to do our station ID? I always forget because we have such great conversation. I do this on the Angel Rock all the time. I forget.
If you are just joining us now, thank you for being here. You are listening to Beneath the Hollow Moon with hosts Lorilei Potvin and Kerrilynn Shellhorn, and you are listening to us live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans. And if you would like to, we have all kinds of new shows on our network. It's ever growing. I know that there's a new show before Father Sean's show. So on Fridays at 4. So like we're just getting all of these new shows. So you can head to uprntalkradio.com to see the list of all of the shows that we have and information about the hosts and what's coming, and access all of the archives, thousands and thousands of shows and archives. So if you've missed anything, you can catch up, or you have an interest in something, you're going to find all kinds of shows that will talk about that particular topic. If you would like to follow us on our other shows as well too, because we each have another show on the network, you can follow Lorilei Potvin on Monday nights at 6 p.m., correct? On the Angel Rock, and myself, Kerrilynn Shellhorn, on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern as well too. Well, and Spirit Switchboard. So.
Yes.
Tonight
we're coming on tomorrow. You might as well tell people because it's tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow I have Marilyn Kaufman, who is a hypnotherapist, and she's going to be talking about past lives and your life in between lives and soul contracts. And she's going to do a short guided visualization for folks to connect with their spirit guides during the show. We have quite an interesting topic. If you are interested in taking a sneak peek at her book beforehand, it's called Lifetimes.
I love it. That sounds like fun.
Do you have a guest coming up on Monday?
I do, and I was thinking that. Did I check? But I was going to say about Marilyn while I check, because Beverly Rhodes came on at the last minute. Very thankfully, we had a guest cancellation, and I didn't even mention it. So give me 1 second. I will tell you as soon as this loads, anytime now. We're having a repeat guest, Marzia Tekau. She is from, I believe, Denmark, and we had talked about a lot of spiritual things and connecting with the other side, and she had written a book about it. I don't have it off the top of my head. She was really fascinating.
I think I remember her from before. Yeah.
It was quite. It was
my alarm.
Yeah, it was in, I think it was, I don't think it was right after, in January, after my son passed away, I remember. And she was really fascinating, and we barely got into some of the topics of her book. So I said, please come back. So that's who's coming.
Mm-hmm. So folks, when do you want to do what were we going to do next?
Well, I was going to get into some of the around the country, China, Japan, just a few things. Then we've got our owls and crows. But you know what else I think I didn't mention? I kind of brought it up briefly. The Grim Reaper is a death. Or do you want to get people to give us their answers that you read about what you read?
I'm gonna do the poll. I'm gonna read the poll again, but we can do the answers with the poll when we do our
story.
The listener story. Perfect. If you guys, just a little reminder, we'll do this little blurb now, to send us your spooky stories, unexplained, creepy experiences to kerrylynnsporch@gmail.com, and we will talk about that again. So,
and it's scrolling across the bottom too, just in case you guys didn't catch the email.
So would you rather see a death omen and be able to prepare, or never know it's coming and live blissfully?
You want to know my answer? Or are we going to answer at the end of the show?
Oh, no, you can tell me. Would you want to know?
B.
Not know and just live blissfully?
Yes. And the only reason is I can just speak from experiences of working with terminally ill people that are healthy, that say came on my caseload, and we traveled through the whole journey till they transitioned, and it can change your life knowing, but sometimes just going along blissfully, living your life, hoping to live your best life possible, hopefully leading a life of love. And for myself anyways, I would choose that.
Dell's asking, are there any good stories of ghosts that help. I think so.
I think so. I know that a friend of mine, Jason Bland, had Paranormal Soup, and there was one person he had on. I wish I remember the name. This quite a few years ago. He had a friend that had a spirit in the home, and it was very grandmotherly. And like if he left dishes undone, sometimes it wasn't all the time, but the dishes would be washed and out on a towel on the counter, or a couple times his laundry was put away for him.
Get out.
We all said, why couldn't we, if you had to have a ghost, why could you not have a ghost like that? And it wasn't all the time. Like, it wasn't like the spirit was doing it all the time. They had lived in this place for, I want to say 3 years. And there had been a couple times when this had happened.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell us the culture stories.
Okay. So, like I said, we got the Grim Reaper, and I can't say that that's necessarily, it seems to be more a North American, sort of Europe, depending on the country, some places in Europe too. I've seen it. By the way, Contessa answered that she would never want to know with an omen, but Sherry said she would. Mm-hmm. So I found my spot. So you were indeed right. Thank you. Kerrilynn has all these notes too. So we do have in Japan the red spider lily, or the Hagen Bana. Then they also have the crying yurei. Speaking of ghosts still. So it's similar to a banshee as a death omen. Now, this one, I can tell you I experienced personally, because my ex-mother-in-law, who is no longer alive, was from Japan and was Japanese. The number 4 and its combinations is considered extreme bad luck and a horrible omen of death.
I had no idea.
I didn't either. I couldn't understand what it was all about. Very quickly with the story, when I was pregnant with my son, Justin, who had passed away, she was remarried, my sister-in-law, and we were going to announce the pregnancy with Justin. We all went to a family dinner. They were in town, and she indeed had gotten pregnant as well. And her son was due 10 days before my son, Justin. And because she was so tiny, my ex-sister-in-law, she was only 4'10". She'd had 2 children before. She always had C-sections. My son, Justin, was born on the 14th of March. Her son, the C-section was booked for March 14th or the 4th, and there was a major to-do about it. And I couldn't figure out what it was until my ex-husband at the time explained to me that the number 4 is terrible. I know both my ex-sister-in-law and my ex-mother-in-law were nurses too. They convinced the doctor to shift the C-section to March the 3rd. Because that's how much belief was in the number 4. Or they gave like 42. Apparently combinations like 42 in Japanese, it would be shini. And in English, translated means to die. Or 49 is shiku, meaning painful death. So.
Wow. So, but then do we create that? Do just so many people put that energy because they believe into it? They've created that.
I think all of these things, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I shouldn't say all of them, because I have to agree with you. Connie said, I also heard about 444. Mm-hmm. So I think that some of these things, like the banshee, my theory is, and I don't know everything, but if something's persisted for centuries down the ages, now again, it could be like the game of telephone, that it shifted and changed, but also belief. But I believe back in the day when there was no internet or entertainment, and people sat around the fire telling stories at the nighttime for work, and after all the work was done, the stories persisted. There had to be some level of truth in it, otherwise it wouldn't have persisted. But when you come to a number, but then again, you get into spells and magic and the power of your words, intention, and emotion behind it. Hard to say. Was there a couple disasters around the 4th month of the 4th day or something?
And this is what I'm saying. So it coincided 1 or 2 times, and then you ignore the 20 other times that it doesn't happen, but you just put all your energy into like those 2 times, so then it becomes a thing. I don't know. Contessa's sharing, same with the number 13. Yet it's a great number for me. It's a great number for me as well too. 444. I heard from a Chinese person. Contessa is sharing.
But if you go back, please, to her comment about the number 13, right? Collectively, Friday the 13th is supposed to be an evil day. It's supposed to be all misfortune, bad luck, whatever. You, myself, and Connie have just shared that the number 13 is an amazing, wonderful number.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I was jokingly saying knock on wood, but I have great experiences on Friday the 13th, the same as a number. Now, is it because we shifted our perspective and belief? Sherry was born on Friday the 13th.
So was my ex-husband.
Was he? I can tell you that both of my boys were born on the 14th of the month. My eldest, I was in labor for 5 days straight. And they broke my water late into the night of the 13th. The 13th. And that wasn't so bad. But with my, still my ex-husband was worried about my eldest being born on the 13th. My second child, they put me into labor on Friday the 13th. They broke my water after they had induced me. And he was just beside himself had our son been born on the 13th too. I didn't care. I was ready to have a baby. I didn't care. Get that baby out.
No kidding.
Yes. So
my oldest son was born on the 4th of July, actually.
Oh, that's cool. So is it about perspective too?
I think so. Sherry Madigan, I was born on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Dell is sharing, I love the number 13, but it deals with the killing of the Knights Templar.
Oh,
I didn't know that story.
Well, one show, maybe we'll have to do the Knights Templar and all that stuff and the stories behind it. We just talked about our next thing of shows. We got some great things coming for you all.
Okay, this next one, are you going to read the next one? Oh, your daughter, Victoria, from Astrolite Paranormal, her daughter was born on the 13th as well.
So rather than getting into the crows, I'd love to dig into a little bit about the owls, would you?
I know, but I like that. Can I read that one then?
Yes.
I just want to read the crow's call. Because I think that Connie and Heidi both talked about crows. If somebody else did too, I apologize. So it says Chinese tradition, but there has to be more than that. I think it's more than just that. So a single crow's caw or its appearance near a home is a powerful omen of bad luck or impending death due to its black plumage and scavenging nature. A murder of 5 or more crows is an even stronger sign of illness or death in the family. I don't know. I see crows and I'm like, oh, it's here to be my friend.
Yeah, but the sign, in my previous home, when I had that dream and it identified itself as a demon and gave me its name, its animal form was a crow. Wow. And it said, every time you see a crow or a raven, you'll know who it is. And Del will swear to it as well. Every morning, and we had security cameras. It's about 9:30 in the morning. One particular crow would hop up the stairs, go up the railing. It knew where the security camera was, and it would turn and look right in. And we would get tons of crows when there was activity. I don't have a bad feeling about crows, though, because I think they're so intelligent and incredible birds.
And then you see it in TV, movies, books as well, too. The same.
Do you want to do the did you know with that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, do you want me to read? I got a handy here. So
yeah.
With the crow's call, it says, did you know during the ghost month, and we're talking about China right now in Chinese tradition, during the ghost month, which is the 7th lunar month, often August, but with preparations in May. Now they must have a different type of calendar than we do, because August is the 8th month here with our calendar. It says crow sightings are especially ominous. On May 20th, 2023, a social media post, and says it came from X, from Shanghai, described a flock of crows circling a village, followed by a reported death, amplifying local fears during pre-ghost month rituals.
Interesting. So there's a lot of crow comments. Contessa is sharing, for me, they are messengers. Every morning I see and hear the crows, and I greet them and ask what the message for me today. What is the message for me today? Love crows. They're so smart. I love that in every way too. And aren't crows the one that bring gifts, or is it ravens that bring gifts? Crows that would gift. But you guys can correct me. Astrolight Paranormal. I woke up one morning with a crow sitting on my window ledge, staring in at me. And did you say hello to anything back? Did you get creeped out? Did you think about, is this the harbinger of death? How did you go about your day? I want to know the rest of the story. I have questions. I have questions. What did you have for breakfast after that? Sherry Madigan is sharing, crows come every day and I feed them, but once a crow came and acted strangely. Later that day, I found out my uncle died. Wow. Is that the thing then? Like, if they're coming every day, you kind of know the routine and sounds, and then when they act off, then like when they act weird, then you know that you need to pay attention because something's happening.
Yeah, but if they bring messages too, maybe that particular crow was coming with that message. So rather than an omen of death, it was trying to give you a warning, maybe.
A psychic predictor.
Yeah.
Crows bring the gifts. Okay. Thank you, Contessa. Oh, Sherry Madigan, they brought me a shiny button one day. I know you watch those videos of people making friends with the crows. I'm like waiting for my crow BFF.
They can talk. They can talk. Some people have taught crows to talk. Like they're not like a parrot, but they can mimic some words.
Oh, crows are my spirit animal.
Plus, crows never forget your face. Apparently, if you do something awful to a crow, they tell everybody about you. And
I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that.
Oh, that's true, Del. I forgot about that. Odin had two ravens.
Huggin and Munnin.
Thank you.
That's my friend Carol's names of her cats.
Oh, I like that.
Uh-huh. My youngest son's father, it's his tattoos as well too, Huggin and Munnin.
Oh, cool. Sherry said it only took a few years. LOL.
To get the button? That's so funny.
Well, still, they brought you a button. They like shiny things because you always hear, is it magpies that like shiny things? Yes. So.
Yep.
I like that.
So, okay, I know that. So, if crow is your spirit animal, are spirit animals always just one? Don't they like kind of shift around as well too? Owls are one of my spirit animals as well. Contessa's sharing that.
As a wolf. I find
as well as the wolf. Yeah, sorry.
I've heard there's a totem and then there's a spirit animal. If Julie's still here, she can probably explain the difference. But as I understand it, there are certain animals that you can identify as with a spirit animal in the way that their characteristics really sort of embody many of the characteristics that you may have. But there are also certain animal guides that come in at certain parts of your life that they indeed may be there in spirit to help assist you.
So Denise is sharing, yes, I had the murder of crows show up at the farmhouse the day before my dog was put down.
Aww.
Do you think they come so that they can help prepare to help bring the spirit over?
It could be, or the fact that they're messengers, right? So
just the messenger.
I don't know. I guess it would depend, because my belief, again, it's only my own experiences, is that whomever shows up for you when you're passing, and I can only speak not somebody passing unexpectedly tragically, but say palliatively, is a person, if just before they pass, I call it the gift myself, and not everybody gets it, and it doesn't mean there's something wrong if you don't, but you may get somebody who's completely comatose, all of a sudden wake up and act like nothing's wrong. I think the longest I've ever seen is about 8 hours, and that was quite a conversation. This family was very Catholic and religious, and had believed in miraculous healing had happened. I call it the gift because it gives you that opportunity to maybe have those last conversations that you may not have been able to have. But the reason I mention that is a lot of patients will talk about seeing somebody already over on the other side. Sometimes it's angels. Sometimes it's a pet. Sometimes it's a husband. It could be anybody. So that's the way I look at it. So I guess maybe if you identify with crows, would they show up to escort your spirit? I think I'd love to hear people's thoughts on that, because I just don't know. I think it could be possible.
Denise is sharing they were in the area where her dog was put to rest. Victoria is sharing Astrolight Paranormal. I have always carried a crow feather with me. I keep a feather in each car as well for protection.
Love it. Mm-hmm.
I have, well, it was made for me by my friend Carol. So it's a painted red chicken's foot with the feathers attached and obsidian crystal on it.
Interesting. We got lots of comments here.
Contessa's sharing, I've never seen a raven in the city where I live, but one day I asked for a visit from a raven, and a big raven showed up near my backyard.
Oh, I love that.
Lisa Martinello, thank you for being
Hi,
here.
Lisa
is sharing owl and raven are my spirit animals.
Love it.
Dell skinwalkers can change into many forms. It's part of the totem pools.
True. But we're talking about omens of death tonight. So thank you for that, though.
Jackie White, thank you for being here, Jackie. We buried a dead crow on our property, and within 20 minutes, a big group of crows flew in the trees above that spot and sang for a long time. It seemed to honor one of their own. Oh, I got goosebumps with that.
Too. That's powerful.
What a privilege to be able to witness that, too.
Yes. And I would not be surprised by that. From what I've seen about crows and research on them, they've got strong family bonds, and that absolutely makes sense. I don't quote me on this, but I believe a couple of years ago that they've observed that type of behavior within a crow family system, that they actually do grieve and they recognize that one of their own is no longer with them. So what a beautiful opportunity that you had for something sad that had happened. So thank you for sharing.
She's just sharing it was a privilege for sure. Contessa's sharing crows have very strong bonds. And Heidi is sharing, last summer I met the ravens. I love them best. Chit chats, and I had about 15 ravens show up.
Oh,
wow.
That's so cool.
I don't think I've seen a raven. Well, I think I've seen a crow a couple of times. I think the weirdest thing that I saw was a turkey vulture in town.
Oh, wow.
It was freaking huge. I didn't even know what it was. I had to look it up. I'm like, what freaking prehistoric thing came up from like Earth? What is that? It's like, I'm gonna lock my dogs up. It's gonna come take my dogs away.
I don't usually see ravens, but we do have a lot of crows. But once in a while, I see a raven. They're bigger and their beaks are different than the crows. But we got tons of crows around here. Oh, hello. Are you coming to say hello?
Do you want to play the owl?
Okay.
Turkey vultures have a weird vibe. They totally have a weird vibe.
Okay, give me a sec here. My cat's decided to join the conversation. Okay, you want me to play the short one first or the longer one?
So let me. Do you want me to share a little bit first?
Yeah, and then we'll share it. But do you want me to do the short one first, and then that way it'll be queued up?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't remember which one is the short one, but
it's just about the movie. You're going to talk about both of them, and then it gets into the owls.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yes. I got it loaded up. So, okay. So, do you want to talk about it first?
Sorry. Apparently, I'm not getting the cues well tonight.
We both are. We're in our animal forms. I'm a cat tonight, and you're an owl or crow.
Oh, it's Friday.
And okay. Was distracting me. She's here. She usually shows up.
Hello, Naomi. Thank you for being here. Crows and ravens are very smart. Heidi, for sure, she is sharing they would attack my car, little Nissan 240 I had daily going to the youngest daycare, peck my tires. That's so weird.
Ooh.
Okay.
Kind of tell you not to go.
Native American belief system, owls as a harbinger of death. In many Native American traditions, owls, including white owls, are closely associated with death in the spirit world. Among tribes such as the Apache and Navajo, hearing an owl's hoot is considered a dire omen, often signaling impending death or misfortune. Historical accounts mention that Apache war parties would sometimes cancel missions if they heard an owl nearby, interpreting it as a warning of doom. And I want to add, like, sometimes you hear owls in connection with Sasquatch and Bigfoot as well too. Like, so is it a warning? Is it the Sasquatch mimicking the owl sound? Is it owls? Is the owl an alien, which we're going to talk about again in a minute? But
I even got the owl's cry in Mesopotamian. Can't say that tonight. Ends in an N. And Islamic lore. They look at it as an omen as well. Oh, yeah. You're sitting on my light, sweetheart. The cat decided to park her butt right on my light. That's what Del said.
Yeah, Naomi. Oh, thank you, Del. So he's just answering Naomi's question, what the cat's name is.
Her name is Stevie. I did not name her. She indeed is named after Stevie Nicks. My son named her, but she prefers Stephen Nicole. And every time I tell you guys, she is such a little brat. If there's trouble at my house, she's in it. There, Julie shared about the ravens and things. Ravens, here, I'll highlight it for you quickly, and then we'll get into the owls. Ravens are the only bird that's a threat to eagles. They get on their back and, bite their necks. The eagle flies high, so the raven loses oxygen and falls off. Well, that's an interesting fact.
Interesting. Okay, Celtic folklore, the white owl as a death warning. In Celtic traditions, particularly Irish and Welsh folklore, the white owl is often seen as a messenger of death. One notable legend involves the Westrop family, who believed that the appearance of a white owl signaled an impending death of the family. The last recorded instance of this omen was in 1909. Additionally, in Welsh mythology, the owl is associated with, folks, I'm going to wreck it, Bloodewedd.
No idea.
Welsh. We're just going to go with the spelling. I'm really sorry, and I apologize to all Welsh people.
Yes.
A woman transformed into an owl as punishment, symbolizing betrayal and death. So, I mean, when I think of owls, I also think of the movie Labyrinth and the character Jareth.
I'm even seeing owls as death omen belief persists in some rural communities as in modern relevance and is a staple in horror media. Where owls often signal supernatural events. For example, in popular culture, owls appear in shows like Twin Peaks as eerie harbingers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So in the movie Killers of the Flower Moon, which came out in 2023, which is based on true events involving the Osage Nation in the 1920s. So an owl appears as the harbinger of death. So an elderly Osage woman sees the owl enter her home and interprets it as a sign of impending death. This reflects longstanding Native American beliefs regarding owls and the spirit world and death.
So do you want me to play that clip?
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got 2 for it, and then we'll just probably have to. I told you we were going to run out of time. We've just got time for probably our story after all this too. That's how quickly it went by. Okay, so this is quick. It says natives watching Killers of the Flowers during the owl scene. Sorry, I didn't have the volume up. We'll play it.
Natives watching the Killers of the Flower Moon during the owl scenes.
Oh my God!
There we go.
And they're covering their eyes and not.
Oh my God!
Yes. So let me pause that.
The owls show up quite a bit in that movie.
Okay, give me a sec here. Hopefully this is the right way. We will see. Nope. Oh, that is the one. I think it is.
There's the owl.
Hold on.
Don't play with my light. Like that.
It is back. Oh my God. Why are you scared?
I'll just leave it small so I don't lose it.
Oh my God, that is so nice. Well, it can't see us. That is the craziest shit I've ever seen. Why is it letting me record it like that? That is wild. Yeah.
There's still a bit more, I think, isn't there, Kerrilynn?
This is so crazy. I think this owl is stalking me. Y'all cannot see it like I can. It is.
I can.
There it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think it's stalking. Hold on. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's the
Perch
beginning
this.
from it. Yeah. So. Yeah.
So wasn't there words with that also said like?
I thought it did too. Something about the
Yeah.
movie, and I didn't see it on there. That was weird.
So she had just finished watching Killers of the Flower Moon, and then the owls started showing up at her home.
Sorry.
And then she had a death a couple of days after that.
I think so, didn't she? Yeah. So there was, and I apologize about that, guys. I downloaded it so we wouldn't get the dreaded advertisements that always happen when we seem to share a YouTube video. So I had them all prepared. We've got way more videos. Like I said to Kerrilynn, we're going to have so much stuff. This is going to be like episode 1, I'm sure. Yes.
Heidi is sharing, I heard an owl at my dad's, looked everywhere, and then found him on the roof ledge right above me. Very magical feeling. A young great horned owl, white horned owl.
Oh, wow. So we got a few minutes, but should we talk about our story, or you want to give a few more owl facts, or what do you want to do?
Let's do so this week, instead of reading a listener submission story, we are going to share a video that is a story that is focused on a banshee.
Yes. So, and we don't have physical evidence in this video. It did come from some of my research. Did you just say something?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Because it sounded like a man's voice. It went, yeah.
No.
Okay.
I said, right.
That's it. But I heard literally, yep. Okay. So but it's an interesting story nonetheless, and it was appropriate. So hang on, guys, and we will play it for you. We may have to stop it halfway just to make a quick comment with fair use, but oh, hi, Kasoon. Welcome. Glad to see you here. I know it's the middle of the night in Sri Lanka, so thank you for getting up to join us. Okay, so this is the story, guys. As I could get the volume set up here. Give me a second.
Megan never believed in the paranormal until it begged for her attention. Megan and her boyfriend Mikey had just moved into a flat in Aberdeen, Scotland. It was small, but cozy. There were 2 large windows, one in the kitchen that faced the garden, and one in the bedroom that faced the street. They usually kept the blinds closed to hide their expensive musical equipment. One night, Mikey was attending a concert in Glasgow and wouldn't return home until 4 a.m, leaving Megan all alone. After he left, she spent the night catching up on her favorite TV shows. She fell asleep with her TV on, but a sound jolted her awake around 11:45 p.m. It was a slow knocking. She got out of her bed, thinking that it was her upstairs neighbor asking to turn her TV down, as it was still blaring when she woke up. She readied her apology in her head and walked to the front door. But when she looked inside the peephole, no one was there. She shrugged it off, thinking she must have been imagining the sound, and walked back to her bedroom. And then she heard it again. It was coming from the kitchen. She must have forgotten to close the blinds that night, because when she turned on the light, she was face to face with a woman in the window. She was wearing a dark overcoat, and her long red hair hung around her face like seaweed. Her mouth was twisted up into a terrifying grimace, showing the few rotten teeth she had left. Megan knew what this was. Her grandparents told her the stories when she was little. That was no woman. That was a banshee. In Irish mythology, a banshee is a female spirit who lives by the river. They usually have the appearance of an old hag, but are capable of making themselves as young and beautiful as they choose. In Ireland and Scotland, it is traditional for women to wail or keen at funerals. So if you hear the keen of the banshee, she's alerting you that death is nearby. "Let me in," the banshee croaked, her strained voice echoing in the walls. "I've been hurt." But Megan didn't believe her. She was now tapping louder on the glass. I'm gonna get you some help." "What kind of fucking woman are you?" Megan ran to her bedroom and dialed the police. She sat on her...
Just to pause it for a sec, you guys, just with fair use. Can you imagine, or you too, Kerrilynn, if something like that showed up outside your door, your window, banging like that, and you're all alone?
So part of that in Irish folklore, it's believed that banshees are spirits of dead family members or souls of departed sinners who must repent.
Ooh.
They're also considered to be a type of fairy, and it's not clear how someone becomes a banshee, but there's yeah.
Well, let's finish the rest of the story. Oh, sorry, Kerrilynn, sorry.
A connection to fairies as well, too, in some beliefs.
Yes, I had seen that. Sorry, guys, I had to stop it just for fair use. I'll let it finish to the end now. Hang on. Oops, if it'll play here, behave yourself.
Her bed, shaking and praying to every god she could think of. It was the most horrifying experience of her life. The banging on the window had stopped. Is she gone? Megan thought to herself. But then she noticed a shadow from behind her bedroom curtain.
Yeah.
Little bitch. You think you're too good? There was nothing Megan could do but wait there while the banshee taunted her. Then she saw red and blue lights flash outside. Finally, the police were here. She went to the front door where she could hear the mumbled voices of the officers outside. She was just about ready to let them in when she heard, "It's her. It's her." Megan didn't know what to do. She stood there, frozen in place, until the mail slot in her door slowly swung open.
"Miss, is everything all right?"
Megan told the police everything that happened and described the woman in detail. They thought she just might be a violent drunk, and so they told Megan that they would check the CCTV cameras in the area to see if they could find her and prevent her from harassing anyone else. Days later, Megan got a call from the officer. "So we checked the security cameras in your area, and yes, we did see a woman who matched your description. What was strange, though, was that she only appeared in the one camera, right outside your building. We couldn't see where she came from or went to. Like she vanished into thin air. For the next few days, Megan tried not to think about that night. Maybe it wasn't a banshee. Maybe it really was just a strung-out old lady. Because if it was a banshee, that meant that someone close to her was going to die very soon. About a week after the incident, Megan's friend called her to tell her that her mother had passed. Whether or not it was just a coincidence, Megan didn't want to tell her friend about what she saw. What if there was something she could have done? Ever since that night, strange but subtle things continued to happen in that flat. Megan's wind-up music box would suddenly begin playing when no one was near it. Lights would flicker on and off. The water in the bathroom would randomly turn itself on. Centuries ago, when a well would overflow, it was a sign that a banshee was near. It didn't help that these things only happened when Megan was home alone, leading Mikey to believe that she had a wild imagination. And maybe that's exactly how the Banshees want it to be.
And there we go.
So if you've got a story that gives you chills, a strange encounter you can't explain, we want to hear it. Send us your true tales of the weird, the haunted, and the unexplainable. Your story could be the next one we share. So submit your story to Kerrilynn's Porch at gmail.com. So KERRILYNNS Porch, PORCH at gmail.com.
And Heidi says, wow. She says, wow. Mm-hmm.
Crazy story.
So we're going to have to do another episode because we didn't even, I'm telling you that we had so much research.
It makes me happy though.
Sorry?
That makes me happy.
We didn't even get to the gin because I looked into even the gin.
I think the gin could be its own segment.
Yeah, that's what we decided to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the gin could be its own segment. So next week we're doing...
Can't wait. We're going to be starting the paranormal and true crime. Not every week we're going to throw... Well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But we are going to be doing the Chris Watts house. And it is crazy paranormal. Kerrilynn goes, how did I miss this? I go, I don't know. But there is so much paranormal caught on camera, right?
Mm-hmm. I didn't even realize, like I knew the story because I had deep dived as far as the story of it and have watched a lot about it. So that I didn't have any clue about the hauntings or any of that. I had no clue. And then I shared with my friend Carrie, who equally loves true crime as much as we do and deep dives into all that. She had no idea either. So I sent her the clips. I sent her the clips that you sent me and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm down a rabbit hole. And I'm like, you and me, Chickie, we're both down the rabbit hole together.
Look what Heidi just shared. I live very near to the Watts house and have a picture of a small child in the front door window.
Oh. Well, you should, if you feel comfortable sharing, we will show it next week, Heidi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's intriguing. I never even thought, because it happened in Colorado. Franco TV on YouTube. The video I sent you, it was just two paranormal brothers that do paranormal stuff reviewing some of the footage, but I don't know how the heck Franco TV catches this. I truly believe he does not fake things because he has streamed live, but some of the things he has caught on camera with the paranormal, and he wasn't planning on investigating at the Watts house. He went to pay tribute, and he got some things there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had no idea.
And some of what's interesting about the footage, to give you a little bit of a teaser, is a lot of it that we looked at so far was caught by somebody not involved with the paranormal, but police body cam footage that was released to the public. That's where a lot of it was caught. Mm-hmm.
So where can they find you on Monday?
You can find me on the Angel Rock, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Marzia Takao I think that's how I say her last name. I'll have to look back. I apologize. I always check with my guests before I have them on. She will be on, and you can always get a hold of me on social media or facebook.com/AngelRock if you ever want to reach me. How about you, Kerrilynn?
Tomorrow night, you can find me here on UPRN Network with Spirit Switchboard and my guest, Marilyn Kaufman, hypnotherapist. We will be talking about past life soul contracts. She's going to do a short meditation visualization to help live listeners connect with their spirit guides. It will be a fascinating conversation. She wrote a book called Lifetimes. So, yes. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for all your comments and your questions. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. You guys help make the show what it is.
Stay tuned for Michelle coming up next too.
The Outer Realm. Thank you to the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 in the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans. So thank you for joining us on Beneath the Hollow Moon. And until next week, step back into the shadows, and whatever you do, do not follow the whispers.
We love you. We'll see you next week and at Kerrilynn Show tomorrow. All right, guys, stay tuned for Michelle.
Good night.
Night.